Hello, this video will give a walkthrough of the Typeform to Affinity integration. I'm going to go into settings and integrations here to configure this. Scroll down to Typeform where you'll see there are two integration types, Typeform responses to an organization list or Typeform responses to a person list. These work in exactly the same way. For this demo, I'm going to use the person list. I have a configuration previously which I'm going to remove, and I'm going to add a new configuration. So for this, firstly, I need to connect to a Typeform account. I have an example here, but I'm going to create a new connection, add new account. With this, I can name the connection. In this case, I'll just call it Manixon Typeform and then create. This is going to give us a pop-up window where we'll need to log into Typeform if we're not already logged in. And we will then need to provide our consent to the scopes listed here. The integration needs these to access the information from Typeform. If you're happy with those, you can click accept, and then it will be returned back to the configuration screen here. We can now choose the form from our Typeform forms. In this case, I'm going to use the funding request form that I have set up. I can go to the next step. For this, we then need to choose the list in Affinity we're going to connect to. I have one that I've set up here, Typeform leads. Within the Typeform itself, we should have a field, a required field that asks for the first name, asks for the second name, and asks for the email address. This allows us to accurately connect to people that are already in your Affinity instance or create new people if they don't exist. And that's done. That's now set up. I can go to the form itself and complete this. And we can even include files as well. So in this case here, I've got an example pitch deck that I'll upload, and then we can submit the form. If we return to Affinity and to the list that I have set up, wait a few seconds, and then I'll give that a refresh, and we should see that the person who filled in the form is added to the list here. There we are. And if I go to customize, I'm going to remove the default fields, and I'm just going to click into the fields that have been newly created. In fact, I don't think we need the first name, last name, and email address here, but we will add the other ones. You see that my responses in the form have been added to the fields, which are automatically created with the same names and a unique identifying string in brackets after it. This allows us to link the question to the fields in Affinity. So if you wish, you may change the name of these fields. However, it's important to ensure that the string in brackets at the end remains intact. If I click into the profile, we will see as well that in the files section, the pitch deck that was uploaded from the form has also been added to the profile in Affinity. If I need to reconfigure the integration at any point, I can go back into integrations, Typeform, and adjust the configuration that I set up previously.